Good evening, my fellow Americans. It is indeed Tuesday, February 27th, 2024. I'd like to wish all my fellow viewers a happy new year. This is the very first time that we've got back together. It's been quite a while. We took a hiatus. A lot of things have happened, and I could not ask for a better day to resume the Robert Duverny Show with you on Tuesday, which is the last Tuesday of the month of February. Of course, Black History Month. The month of February is a month that is full with great things. Of course, it's Black History Month. This year, February carries 29 days. And I'd like to give you all a few seconds to call a colleague or friend. Let them know that if it's Tuesday, if it's 8 p.m., it's the Robert Duverny Show. Well, I'm going to give you a few minutes to call a buddy of yours, or call a friend. I'm going to give you just a couple seconds while you do that. I'd like to all you guys to come back. And it's been a while. I truly miss you. I could not ask for a better day than to resume our show. And then I think that today is a great day. Let's do that. I'm going to give you a few seconds again to call a colleague, a friend. Let them know the Robert Duverny Show is on. Give you a few seconds. Go ahead. Here we go. We're back. We give you until 20 seconds to call a friend. Well, fellows, this evening I'd like to welcome all of you back. It's been 3 months since we've last connected, and I could not be more excited to dive back in with you all. Here are some talking points to kick off our reunion. It's a kickoff reunion. To put it this way, it's 2024. It's a great year. What's happening in this year is phenomenal. This is a year of election year, presidential election. There will also be Congress election as well. Members of Congress will be going for election. So it's a very busy year, and we have made a commitment, the Robert Duverny Show, to touch on a series of topics, and of course, those topics which we think that are relevant. And this year, it's a new year. We're going to give our viewers, our loyal viewers, a unique opportunity to give some suggestions, of course, and of course, topics that you think will be appropriate that we can talk about at length and also in depth. And this is the hope. Tonight, I'd like to start off with gratitude. Gratitude, why gratitude? It's first and foremost, I want to express my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you for your patience and support during this hiatus. It was a hiatus, which I thought the hiatus was going to be like 2 months because I had 120 days prayer at my church. As you know, I'm a man of faith. Very involved in my church and very active. I'd like to give kudos to my Reverend Walter and Naomi Prudent. Those are my spiritual parents. I was with them we had 120 days, and I've made a commitment to be with them, and you stood there with me all along, and that's the reason why tonight I'm very grateful and to the fact that we can resume our show this evening, and history will tell the rest. All right. So your continued encouragement really means the world to me. I've got quite a few texts and also folks that I've met on the streets. For Robert Duverny, we have not seen you on the show for the past 3 months. Well, I told them to stay tuned, and this year, this month of February, I think it's almost appropriate. The very fact that you hung in there all along I want you to be an ambassador, of course, to the Robert Duverny Show. Spread the good news. Let a friend, a family member know about the Robert Duverny Show. That comes on every Tuesday at 8 p.m. And again, there's a lot of things happening, and I want you to be mindful of what's at stake. Again, at the Robert Duverny Show, we talk on a series of topics. We're not limited to a particular topic, but again, although at times we delve into politics, we delve into the economics, we delve into social issues, things that are relevant, things that are trending currently, and of course, we also delve in the education system. I believe that the best way that any country, any people can move forward is through good skills, knowledge, and of course a good education. I, for one, I'm a great benefactor of school and teachers who from grade school and to my college years and also graduate school who have great impact on me. And that's the reason why the Robert Duverny Show, I put great emphasis when it comes to education. I think the world can strive when we knowledgeable, when we passing the baton to the next generation. The best way we can do that is teach them exactly what we have learned and along the years that we've been on this planet Earth. So this is what we talk about in length and in previous shows, and this is what we'll continue to do. And I know there's a lot happening in the political world, and we'll try to stay afloat and not to get bogged down by so much noise going on. But then again, I'm sure you at the Robert Duverny Show, you have an open mind, and this is what we pray for, that our viewers keep an open mind. All right, so we're going to do some reflection, of course. Reflection is very important. During our time off, I've had the chance to reflect on the content of what we created so far and consider new directions. And that's the reason why we having an open dialogue here tonight. I want you to send me a couple of texts, like instant message. What have you seen so far? And I'm sure there are topics that you think that are relevant, topics that you want me to delve into. I'm sure you may have a topic in mind, and all those may have shared the same views. Now, when I do what you call a survey of topics that are requested, these are the one, of course, majority always rules. We'll look at the majority of the folks, what they've asked for, and then this is exactly what we'll delve into. Again, it's a new year. It's 2024. We're 2 months into the year, and the month of February is almost 2 days away. February carries 29 this year, so we have 2 more days, 20 and 29. And then, whole and behold, I believe this Friday will be the 1st of March. We'll enter the third month of the year. All right. So updates. I have some updates for you, of course. There have been some exciting developments since we last spoke. Whether it's new personal projects, milestone, the change in the industry, of course, as you know. I'm sure most of you who've already got some texts of birthday. Thank you for those warm wishes, and those were some personal stuff that happened for the new year. I'm a February guy, and thank you for all your support. Those of you who sent me a card, a text, who give me a call, greatly appreciate it. I believe that it takes one to know one. Whenever someone can extend a message of good deed unto you, I think it's a great thing. That tells me there's still some in this world who cares about their fellow human being, and I really take this to heart. And thank you very much. Thank you for all you do and what you continue to do. All right. So content plans. I've been brainstorming ideas, fresh ideas. I mean, for the fact that I was for 3 months we were off, and I've been brainstorming a lot. I've been doing a lot of brainstorming and of things that we're going to be engaged into. And these are things I hope will inspire you, will entertain you to some effect and like you at the same time. And so these are the things that we have. I have a plan for the remainder of the year, and I hope these things resonate with you and those topics that I put in mind, and everything that I do, the altruistic motive, and with you in mind, and I make that clear. Well, folks. Community engagement. Why community engagement? I believe one of the things I miss most during our time apart is a sense of community that we've built here. The fact that we could not be with you on a regular basis every Tuesday, that to me was somewhat of a setback, but we're coming back stronger, we're coming back sharper, we're coming back with great ideas. So that's a good thing. I'm committed to fostering an inclusive and supportive environment where everyone feels heard and valued. And that's the reason why I encourage you to go ahead and send me your text, send me your message, because you are the show. It's not about me, it's about you. All right, Robert Duverny Show was created with you in mind. So yeah, I want you to keep that in mind. Let's discuss ways we can continue to strengthen our community and lift each other up. All right. So those are the things I'd like to talk with you on a grand scheme of things, and as we move forward. All right. Of course, I'm going to add some Q&A. I'm going to give you a little break again. Every now and then, Robert Duverny will give you a little break so you can get with the family, get something to drink, and then come back, because there's going to be Q&A sessions coming up. And I'm going to give you a 20 seconds break, and then let's come back from the Robert Duverny Show. Until, give me a few minutes, and I'm going to give you a few seconds to get a little water or call a friend, let them know that the Robert Duverny Show is on, okay? Welcome back, fellows. Welcome back. Well, the session is open. I'm waiting for your questions, and of course, any ideas you may have. Again, this is a live show. We stream live. I tend not to pre-record my show because I want you to be engaged as I go over the importance of the topic that's at hand, that you can participate on a regular basis. So just to start off, I'd like to kick off with some questions. You know, if you have any questions for me, I'd love to take those. And it's already 8:13. The night's still young. I know it's the first night back since I said 3 months earlier. I should take it back, because I think my revival, we have 120 days at the church. It started in February. I mean, it was September 1st. So I've been since September. We took those 4 months here, and of course we could say 5 months. Technically, if I'm coming back to you today, that was a long hiatus, and I missed you. I'm glad we're back, and as far as changes, you probably see I removed my braces. My braces are gone. All right, so I think I was going through a phase. You know, that's what happened when we get older. You go through a phase. I had to have a brace. I didn't need the braces. I don't know why I put it on, but it's good news that braces are gone. Teeth are acting. The braces are gone, and it's a good thing. I think America is making progress, and the man with a golden smile is back. All right, so again, I'm very humble, so I'm not bragging, but it's a fact I'm stating. All right, so finally, some appreciation. I'd like to express my heartfelt appreciation once again for your unwavering support. Whether you've been with us since day one or just joining us the journey. Your presence here means everything. Let's make the next chapter of our YouTube adventure one to remember. Is that right? So I think this is the way we're going to move forward. I think those of you who may have a thing or two to say, this is the time to do it. And at this point, I would not want to close this evening without not mentioning Black History Month. Black History Month is American history. I want my fellow Americans and those of you probably watching around the world to know that African American have been the engine of the U.S. economy since day one. That's one of the reasons why we were brought here as slaves in the Caribbean as well, in the Latin America, because there was an industry that needed labor, and the blacks and the Africans, they were easy target, and because we had no defense, and we were sold by our own people, and there are those who on the other side of the world, in the West, who went to Africa and captured us against our will. And along the way, we have contributed a lot to the economy. And they may not want to admit it. Reason why slavery we had the Civil War. The slavery was one of the key main factors of the Civil War. I'm going to open up a parenthesis and close it right away. It's unfortunate we have folks running at the highest office, and just because they want to satisfy a segment of the population, yet they will deny the reason why the Civil War started. And then when someone is tap dancing around the Civil War, what started, I mean, a first grader can tell you that. A first grader who's been to a training school, at least where they teach some civics, would tell you that. And this is what we expect from our leaders. We expect leaders who are honest, leaders who are willing to lose an election for telling the truth. And that's what bothers me the most. At my age right now, I'm up there in ages. And I'm forever grateful for the good Lord has allowed me to still here with you. And I believe that my upbringing, my status, just being here on earth it was something that happened out of thin air. And I, as a man, I have a duty to leave the world better than the way I found it. And that world comes into play where what have I done? What have I contributed to my fellow citizens? And especially those of not even my offspring. There are some who do not have kids, but that's not the issue. The issue is those who are coming after us. I always go back to my teachers, my professors, up to graduate school, who have a profound impact on my critical thinking. And these are folks who criticize me in my writing because, as you know, you are young activists, and you would have a good debate with your professor. So, and then at the end we'll have a glass, and then and those were folks who would throw me on the corner and then bounce me and then see how I would react to certain things. And I'm forever indebted to these folks, teachers, professors, and I'm indebted to them. And that's exactly we as a people must leave to the next generation. Let's not play to the notion that you just want an easy pass, whereas you're not telling the truth. And what am I telling my daughters? What am I telling my sons? What am I telling the next young man, next young woman who will take the helm once I'm gone? There are some values, they are sacred. We cannot jeopardize this. Think about those who were before us, what they've gone through. This is what I'm talking about. These are the folks that we value this evening. Well, tonight, Black History Month, again, is American history. It is American history. There are those who choose not to celebrate Black History Month for the simple fact that they don't know the value of it. They never thought about Black history. Indian Americans, we ought to celebrate them. Hispanics Americans, we ought to celebrate them. They're all Americans. But I think it's nice that we can put a month aside so we can focus on one particular group. That's the beauty of America. That's what we thrive for. That's what we look forward to. Well, tonight I'd like to touch base on great American, great American, who made some strides, and then during the not too distant future, and it wasn't long ago, that we have folks like her who was willing to stand. Those folks were willing to stand against the odds. I'm referring to no one else. I'm just only touch one figure tonight, and we normally in my show I spend a great deal talking about Dr. Martin Luther King, who is my hero. Is a man I dreamed of meeting. I never had a chance because he wasn't my time, but but again, I'm forever grateful for his sacrifices. Good evening, Stacy, my lovely goddaughter. Thank you for logging into the Robert Duverny Show. It's been a while. Thank you all. Thank you, those of you who are logging in right now. I hope I'll be running a little late, but the important thing, you're here. I know this is the first night back, and some of you may be running behind. All right. Thank you, beauty. Thank you. The show misses you too. All right. Thank you. Well, tonight, Stacey, we're covering a great African American woman. Her name was Shirley Chisholm. Shirley Chisholm lived from 1924 to 2005. So just yesterday, not long ago, she passed. So she lived a long life, and she was the first woman to be elected in the U.S. Congress. First African American woman to be elected in the U.S. Congress. First black woman to be elected in the U.S. Congress. So that speaks volume itself. Why does it speak volume? Because that she's a woman, and then of course she's a minority in two fronts, woman and black. So and she represented District 12 in New York from 1969 till 1983. So that if you do the math here, you're looking at she's about good 14 years, right? She did 14 years as representing the District 12 in New York. And in 1972, she became the first woman to run for the Democratic Party presidential nomination. Now, folks, 1972, think about it. It was just 4 years after the death of Martin Luther King. So which means that we were making stride. This is a woman who stood against adversity. This is a woman who attacked it head on. And these are the women that we're honoring. These are the women that I'm praying that my lovely goddaughter, Stacy, who's on the right track, would follow. And then there's some similarities between the two of you. That she's driven, and I can see that in any woman who have their heads on their shoulders. And this is a woman who knew what she wanted, and then she wasn't just been she wasn't content with just being a congresswoman for District 12 in New York, but she went beyond that. In 1972, she actually ran for president on the Democratic Party, and then as you know, that she did not win. But the fact that she actually took that leap of faith, this is what we want. We have to test the water. Test the water. And because she's the one that our current VP, Kamala Harris, admire a great deal. Senator, actually VP Kamala Harris, paid tribute to Shirley Chisholm in her 2020 presidential campaign announcement by using a similar logo to Chisholm. So this is what matters, folks. This is what matters, and we have example. Now, think about if someone like Shirley Chisholm did not really stand for what she believed in, and then you and I would not have the opportunity that we have right now. Right now, I'm sitting behind a camera. I'm at the comfort of my home, and I'm speaking to a variety of folks here. I have viewers in France because some of my colleagues in France who are watching me live and right now, and that's why at times I do the show in French, and just so I can give them a chance to participate. And there are folks, of course, in Haiti, my homeland, my native land, who are viewers of the show. And but the notion is right here is it's an international platform that you can touch so many people within a strike of a camera. So I think it's important that we keep those in mind. And as African American, we are Americans, and we are contributors to the American economy. You look at it, when it comes to sport, think about it, watching the football, the American football, what you call the NFL, National Football League, 80% of the league is African American. Well, think about it, if most of these guys will say, you know what, we're gonna go on strike, what would happen to the sport? It'll go flat. This is a multi-billion sport industry. Think about that. I don't know if those of you will get to watch the Super Bowl just a couple of weeks ago. I think it was on the 11th of February. It took place in Vegas. Super Bowl was against San Francisco and Kansas City. Kansas City ultimately won the Super Bowl. But again, it's the revenue that was brought in because there was a good show. So people love a good show. That's something they'll aspire to. And I think we not only contributing on the sport level, but we're also contributing in the armed forces, in the healthcare industry, in the political arena, and then we're making great strides. I think when we celebrate one group, we celebrate all Americans, because we all Americans. All right, so when that's what we need to start to think about. When one does well, we all do well. We should be rooting for each other, regardless if you're white, blacks, brown, yellow. We all Americans. And then that's always been my mantra. Well, again, I don't know if it's part of my nature. I'm not a fighter. I think I'm a lover. And but I always see the big picture. I think if we come together and work as a unit, and then that's when we make great strides. And tonight I am humble to present to you someone I admire a great deal, Shirley Chisholm. She was a phenomenal woman. She was a woman who did not believe in barrier. She's a woman who saw herself as, she wasn't looking to be pioneer, but then again, there was a job to do. She went ahead and attacked it head on. It taught me a level of confidence. It taught me a level of taking to spearhead a movement. I'm sure she made great stride for Kamala Harris, who's the VP. She made great stride for President Obama, who was the first African American to be elected to the highest office of the land. So I think we're making great stride, and then we salute these folks. We we thank them for their courage, and then we as recipient or benefactor of their efforts, we ought to continue on that path and then pass it on to the next generation. Let's stand for the truth. Let's stand for what is right. Let's fight for the American dream. That's what we ought to do. I don't think it's time for us to piggyback each other. Again, this year we'll try not to delve too much into politics, and because the current players on the terms that they're using, I'm afraid I have children who watch my YouTube channel. I cannot quote them because first off, I'm a foreigner. I don't even speak English like they speak English. I mean, they speak as a first grader. I can, and the terms that they use very derogatory. I don't think we should look at Americans as enemy. We're all family. I think we're all families. At times we may have our differences, but at the end of the day, we come back and we mend fences and we pat each other in the back and say, you know what, let's move on. But then again, because guess what, we are the envy of the world. The whole world look at us, and then when we so divided, that's when the enemy who's watching us tend to filter through our weaknesses and then divide us and conquer us. So I think we ought to, I've seen in the past fierce debate between two parties, the likes of Reagan and Tip O'Neill. I mean, you look at Jack Kemp, I mean, these guys would go at it with also John McCain, to late John McCain, my hero as well. They would have some fierce discussion. I mean, we're talking about substantive discussion. Yet they never saw the other one as enemy, as foe. They viewed him as someone who's passionate about a topic, about a vision, about a policy, but not as enemies. Nowadays, no one talking about policies. What is the vision of the next leader who wants to be president of the United States and for the country the next 10 years? What is your vision? Tell me, folks. Tell me. Help me here. I know it's everything is not ridicule. Everything is not. It's not about fun. It's about preserving our nation. It's about create a platform where others will be aspired to run for public office. I think if we do our job so well, then others will want to follow suit. They'll want to be part of our system. All right, so this is what the Robert Duverny Show will be in a nutshell this year. And I plan to continue to be with you on a regular basis. And as long as God allow me to be with you on every Tuesday. If there's some breaking news on the week, we may have a case like this. But again, in reality, I'm thinking to be here with you on every Tuesday regularly, and to delve into some topics which I think will be relevant and at the same time things that you can enjoy. All right, if there's no questions, I'm going to close. It's already 8:34. We went 4 minutes overboard. But again, it's the first night. It's the first Tuesday of the new year. It's Black History Month. Again, just to recap, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being so loyal to the Robert Duverny Show. Those of you who have supported the show, those of you who have called, who have stopped me and asked me about the show. Well, I have news for you. We're back. If it's Tuesday, if it's 8 p.m., it is the Robert Duverny Show. Until next time, my fellow Americans, have a lovely evening. Please let your friend know that the Robert Duverny Show is back for good. Until next time, have a lovely evening. Thank you.